Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, you are able to hear me? Yeah,
Yes.
hi.
Yes, sir.
So you are able to hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So today we'll start with something called BAPI,
Sir.
BAPI.
Sir.
So today we'll start with some other topic. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, can you do the body for some other transaction, sir?
Some other transaction you can just try now.
Actually, I tried, sir. I tried for VL02 and MM02, but
Hmm.
I am not
Hmm.
getting properly, sir. That's why I'm asking.
MM02 you are not getting.
Yes, sir. I can't find out that enhancement available in that one, sir. Which one we need
See,
to take? Okay, sir.
the thing is, in every transaction there is no need that SAP provides some slot. That means
Okay. Yes, sir.
there may be some slots will be there may not be some slots. Maybe if I'll go to MM02 transaction,
Okay, sir.
maybe in this some transaction, something will be there. Let us see. Okay, so this is the first screen maybe.
Yes, sir.
I'll go to the system status.
Yes, sir.
You take this body material check.
Okay.
Okay, body material COOD material reference check. MATNAR check. Body mark, yeah, maybe I'll take this body material check.
Sir, how to find out, sir, this one? Means this will suits.
This will be given by the functional consultants. Don't bother
Okay, sir.
about this thing. So your functional consultant will give you which is the body definition. By seeing the description only you can come to know whether you can use the body or not.
Okay.
So fine. So take this body material check.
Okay.
For checks and limitations, change to material masters. Okay. So maybe I'll check this method. So this has some W Mara which is similar to Mara. Okay, fine. Go and implement this. So I'm putting some messages.
Okay, sir.
Save it, check it, and activate. Come back. Activate your body class. Come back. Activate the implementation. So I'll go to MM02 once again. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So the message is coming, whatever we have given in the body, please change the base unit of measure to kg.
Okay, sir.
And then it will go.
Okay, sir.
So body mainly depends on which body definition you are using, whether the body definition is suitable for your requirement or not. This you need to decide first.
Yes, sir.
So which body you need to select, that will be told by some people who have some experience, or some functional consultants will tell you in real time
Okay,
which
sir.
body definition to use, which user exit enhancement to use, because
Okay, sir.
user exit also we have several enhancements.
Yes, sir.
Okay, which one to use that you cannot decide as of now.
Yes, sir.
So you need some experience for that, or you have to consult your functional consultants, so they can tell you.
Okay, sir.
Let's see, 38. So I'll go and remove this. I'll de-implement this body because other people will get confused. And you are also, as soon as you implement the body,
Yes, sir.
you just after checking the result, you deactivate the body.
Okay, sir.
Fine. So let us go to the BAPI.
Okay, sir.
So do you know how to call a subroutine which is there in another program?
External subroutine.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
So remember the syntax for external subroutine. Do you remember the syntax for external subroutine?
Yeah. Hmm.
Perform name
Yes, sir.
in program name if found. Okay, so if you want to call a perform which is there in another program, say for example, then I want to call this perform get data in program, the program name, so and so name, if found. Okay, so that is the syntax
Yes,
to
sir.
call the external subroutine.
Yes, sir.
So external subroutine means, see for example, that is within the server. That means if you are, what is our server right now? EC1, correct?
Yes, yes, sir.
EC1 is our server. So now, so these external subroutine calls, these calls are specific within the server. But if assume that you want to access the data which is outside the server, what you will do? Say
Then
for example, EC3 is another server, EC1 is other server. So both are in SAP, both are SAP servers only, but different servers.
okay, sir.
Correct? So in EC3 some data is there which you want to access in EC1. What you will do? So to access the data in other server, there is something called RFC.
Okay, sir.
RFC. RFC is called remote function
Function
call.
call.
Yeah, RFC stands for remote function call. So if you want to access the data in another server, you will go with the RFC. RFC means it is nothing special. It's a function module. So there will be a function module, RFC function module. So while creating the function module, what you need to do, you need to check the RFC button. I'll show you. For example, SE37. I'll take you into the SE37. Maybe we have created few function modules, correct?
Yes, sir.
So is there any start? I'll check whether is there any function module we have created. Some jet test or something is there. Let me check this. Fine. So there is something is there. Forget about the code inside. If you want to make the function module as a RFC function module, there is a radio button here, remote enabled module. Okay, so you check this. You need to check this radio button. Otherwise, if you don't check this, this is a normal function module. Normal function module, you know how to use it. Okay. If you click on this remote enabled module, then what will happen? This function module will become a remote enabled module, and it can access the data from other servers.
Okay, sir.
Okay, now go to the import parameters. While we are giving the import parameters and export parameters, we need to check this pass by value. There is a pass by value checkbox here, if you observe. So this is a pass by value. So import parameters you will give here MATNR. After that, after giving MATNR and associated type, everything is same, but you need to also check this for RFC function module. Pass by value, you need to check this checkbox. Okay. So we will try to create a RFC function module, and let us see how we can get the data from other server. That will do. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But the thing is, the RFC function module does not access any resources from your desktop. Like say for example, you are there in this server, it will not take the resources, that means data from your system. It will take the data from the target system. Okay. So now we are discussing about the BAPI. Actually, we are not discussing about the RFC function module, because BAPI is also a RFC function module.
Okay.
So the BAPI is also a RFC function module. This BAPI can be called by other systems. Say for example, my customer is using Java. Till now, my customer is using a .NET or Java or some other VB language or some other language he is using, and he is maintaining the data. Now what he want to do is he want to communicate with the SAP. That means I will link the .NET system to the SAP system, then I will upload the data into the SAP. That is my requirement. When I am doing for the first time, I want with the material numbers or customer numbers are maintaining in Java or .NET. I want to upload all the material numbers or customer numbers into the SAP. Then through BAPI, I can connect to the SAP.
Okay, sir.
So that is the main use. So BAPI is also an RFC function module. BAPI is a special RFC function module. BAPI stands for API. Have you ever heard API? If you know some other languages, API stands for Application Programming Interface. Application Programming Interface. What is the interface?
Interface means channelizing, making connection between the two.
Yeah, making connection. Through BAPI, you can connect two different applications like .NET, SAP, or some other Java, or you will connect it to SAP. Okay. So this is called API. BAPI means Business Application Programming Interface. B stands for business. API stands for Application Programming Interface. So BAPI is also an RFC function module, but all RFC function modules are not BAPI. Converse is not true. Like
Okay, sir.
BAPI is a RFC function module, but all RFC function modules are not BAPIs.
Okay.
So what is this? What is the specialty? What is the normal RFC function modules will do? What BAPI can do? What BAPI can do? So RFC function module, as we discussed, it will get the data. It will access other server data. That is what RFC function modules will do. But they cannot establish a channel between the two different systems. Normal RFC function modules cannot establish a channel between two different systems, but BAPIs can establish a channel. That means it will act as a interface between two different systems. But tomorrow when you go to some interviews, they will ask you what is the difference between RFC and BAPI.
Okay, sir.
Okay, BAPI is application programming interface, which means it can connect two systems, one external system to the SAP, whereas the normal RFC function module cannot do that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So now what will happen? Say you are trying to call SAP from .NET system, or you are trying to establish a channel from Java system. Then what will happen is we will call the .NET or Java or some other system. All the system will call it as legacy system. Other than SAP, all the systems will call it as legacy systems. So legacy systems means other than SAP systems. So the legacy systems, whenever it calls a BAPI method, it interns call the function module. This BAPI is having an object. This BAPI in turn has methods. This BAPI has some methods. Okay. So the legacy system means .NET or Java or whatever it may be, that will try to call this BAPI method. BAPI method in turn calls a function module. RFC means I have shown you some function module, correct? Similarly,
Yes.
API means that is also a RFC function module. So legacy system, whenever it calls the BAPI method, that BAPI method calls the function module. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So there is one more important. Sometimes you will get this question also. What is this COM? COM means component object models. Okay, COM stands for component object model, which provides you to use some set of rules to the interface. Say for example, you can connect like this from one system to another system. The thing is, the main disadvantage here is the BAPI generally the uses of BAPI is like this. When you create a BAPI is used like as an API. That means to connect legacy system to SAP. So this is the first use of BAPI. The second use is to update legacy data into SAP. Is there any other techniques you know which is doing this, updating the legacy data into SAP?
PDCs.
Yeah, BDC is correct. So like BDC, you can also use BAPI. So you will have a legacy file, flat file. You can update the data. Okay. So these are the uses of BAPI, in which the first use we cannot see here because we need to have another Java platform or some .NET platform, and we need to call BAPI method. So this is not possible. I will certainly show you this, how to update the legacy data into SAP by using the BAPI.
Okay.
Okay. So SAP Pro. So regarding this, to connect to the legacy systems to SAP, so I'm saying you some important points how they will connect.
Okay.
Okay. So SAP provides a component by using which you can access the object from the legacy system. SAP has provided a component. The component name is SAP dot BAPI dot 1. So tomorrow when you are working in the organization, when you are working in an office, so then the legacy system people will be there. That means the people those who are working on the Java or .NET, they will ask you what is the component for the BAPI. So you need to give this component SAP.BAPI.1. This is the component which was provided by the SAP. For all BAPIs, this is the component SAP has provided. Okay. So and your BAPI has a particular object. You need to give the object name. You need to give the component name and object name to the other people. So by giving the component name and object name, the other side people, maybe those who are using a Java or .NET, they can able to connect to your system. So what and all you need to give? You need to give the component name and you need to give the object name. So these two details you need to give to the people, those who are working on the other end. So if you give these two details, then the other side people will be able to connect to your system. Now what is this object, how to create the object and how to give it. So let us see. Now what I will do today, I will try to create a function module. I will convert it into BAPI. Okay. So then I will create an object, and once I create the object, I will show you what is the object name, how will be a function module is added as the API method inside the function module. All the steps I will show you now. So let us create a BAPI function module. So the first step is BAPI intern. Like in our system, if you look into the SAP, BAPI looks like a function module. Okay, so once you create a function module, what you will do, you will add the function module as a method inside some object, and you will give the object name to the particular people, those who want to connect to your system. So as a first step, now I am trying to create a BAPI function module. So all the BAPI function module naming convention should start with ZBAPI. The naming convention should start with ZBAPI. Okay, remember this. So I am trying to create a function group first. Go to function groups, create group, ZBAPI underscore FUNGRP. Give the short description. So whenever you are trying to do the BAPI, so save this in a package. Don't save it in a local object. Try to save this in a package.
Which package we need to use, sir?
So function group is created. Which one?
Which package we need to use for that saving?
You can create your own package. You know how to create a package?
No, sir.
No. Okay, fine. See, creating a package is like this.
Okay.
Go to SCIT.
Okay.
Go here, select the package. So here you can give some name. Click on display button.
It's not there.
The test is already there. Yeah, it's already there. Then I will create the test 1. Click on display. Then it will ask you like this. This package does not exist. Shall I create? Yes. Give a short description.
Okay.
And just click on create. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, so now your package is ready. So package is something like a folder. So you have created a folder now. Okay. So now whenever you are creating something, just put it into the folder. Put it into that particular package. Fine. So now what I have done, I have created a function group. Now I'll activate the function group. How to activate the function group? Go to SE38, give SAPL ZBAPI underscore
GR.
FUNGRP.
Okay.
Activate this. I'll create a function module. Function module name also should start with ZBAPI. Create function group. Short text. Save it in a package. Now go to the attributes. What I told, all BAPIs are RFCs, but all RFCs are not BAPIs. So check this remote enabled module. I want some importing parameter and exporting parameters. I am trying to read a company details through this BAPI. So company details will be stored in T001 table. Yeah, these are the company code related details. So in the BAPI, I'll try to give the company code. Then based on the company code, I want some other details like company name. I will give importing parameter. I will give the company code, and based on that, I want the company name of the company, city, country key. Yeah, these fields I want as a output. So what I need to declare here, importing parameter, I need to declare
BUKRS.
company code, yeah, BUKRS, and exporting parameters, I need to declare all other 3 or 4 fields.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
But BAPI is a RFC function module. So it is a channel between the two systems. So when you give the individual parameters, several individual parameters, one is the company code, company name, second one is the company name, third one is the city. Like that, if you give some individual parameters and you are giving the associated type, here you need to give the reference, correct? Associated type. What you will give the reference here?
It's a field hyphen table
Say
name.
for example, here I will give
Table hyphen
table hyphen field name.
field
If you
name.
give like this, then what will happen? It's because this is an interface, it will take a more that means performance will be low. So what SAP will suggest you is, instead of giving several individual the things like several individual export parameters and import parameters, try to create one structure and then give it. So that is what SAP is suggesting. So what I will do now is, I'll try to create one small structure.
S11.
I'll go to the SE11, click on the data type. Structure name also should start with ZBAPI. Click on create. So now I'll give the component names from the table. So T001 table I'll go. I'll copy first few fields. I'll provide here. Now I'll press enter. So when I press enter, see what is the warning it was giving? You just scroll down your screen if it is not visible and see the status bar. What is the warning it was giving?
Field name BUKRS doesn't agree with proposed name. Company code for BAPI table.
How does it know that it's a BAPI table? How the SAP knows that it's a BAPI? Because you are giving the naming convention here as ZBAPI.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So because you are giving here ZBAPI, it is saying that don't give BUKRS, give COMP underscore CODE. So it's saying give here COMP underscore CODE. Give this. That is what it is saying. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So it is a warning. You can ignore the warning. If it is an error, you must correct it. But if it is a warning, you can also ignore.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
But you can also do the changes. See now second warning it was giving. Don't give BUTXT, give COMP underscore name. Give the company name. Don't give this. COMP underscore NAME. Now don't give ORT01, give city. It was saying CITY. So here it is saying don't give LAND1, give country. Okay, I'll make COUNT. I'll change this. Okay.
So for all the things it will
Save,
suggest us,
second
sir.
extras, enhancement category.
Sir?
Yeah. Most of the things it will suggest. Not all the things. Not all the things. Most of the things it will suggest.
Okay.
Okay. So it cannot be enhanced. I'll put copy. Check and activate. Store it in a package. Okay, so now it is activated. The structure is activated now. I'll take this structure. I'll go to this, for example, function module. In the importing parameter, I'll give here BUKRS, or otherwise P underscore BUKRS, TYPE,
Structure name.
our structure hyphen COMP underscore COD, company code.
Okay.
So I need to check this pass by value. So I told you, right, for RFC function module, you need to check this pass by value option. And exporting parameter, I don't want changing. I want the tables parameters. I'll give here I tab, internal table, like our structure, and optional. Sorry, optional is not required. So it is like this. I have given an internal table. I will get the data into the internal table and then I want to export it. Now go to the exporting parameter. There is something called return, RETURN, type BAPI RET2. So this will be there for all the BAPIs. This return parameter will be there for all the BAPIs. Whether your created BAPIs or SAP created BAPIs, all the BAPIs will use a return parameter as a return type BAPI RET2. This is the standard structure. You need to remember the structure name. BAPI RET2, RET2. So what is there in the return? What is this? Generally, whenever you use a function module, it will return some messages. So
Yes.
in this BAPI RET2 structure, the message number, so message type, 4 variables to store the message ID, all those things are there. Okay, so this return structure will export the messages. If some wrong messages or right success messages are happening inside the BAPI, then you will the return will return the messages. Now go to the source code. I'll let some small code here. Select star from T001 table
Into table item.
into table itab where BUKRS
Because P underscore.
equal to P underscore BUKRS. Okay, so if you want to give the message, what you can do, if size of RC not equal to 0, return hyphen message type is equal to error, return hyphen message ID is equal to something, return hyphen message 1 equal to data not processed successfully. You can fill the return structure here. Okay, so here I am not filling actually, but the thing is you can fill the return structure here. So we have exporting parameter called returns, correct?
Yes.
This return has the different fields. You can say if size of bus is not equal to 0, return hyphen type is E, error message. So you want to give a error message, return hyphen type is equal to E. Return hyphen ID. If you know the ID, fill it. If you don't know the ID, fill this. Return hyphen message V1. So data not found, you fill it. Okay. So something like that, you can fill the message. Fine. Now I'll save it. Check it. Into table iTab. iTab is work area. Oh, sorry. I'm giving star. So what I need to give? DUKRS, DUTXT, company code, company name, and other 4 fields, ORT01 and land1. ORT01, LAND1. So let me check whether in the same order it is there. Display table, DUTXT, ORT01, land1. Yeah, correct order only. Now I'll save it. Check it, activate. So once you activate the function module, go to the attributes. Now go to the function module, release and release. Click on this release. So observe the status bar. Now it was saying get BAPI test released. So now once you release the function module, this function module is ready to become a method in so that the other people can access the method. So now, up to this we have seen how to create a BAPI function module. So this is the thing, like how to create a BAPI function module. Till now we have created a BAPI function module. Now next what you are going to see is how to add the BAPI function module as an API method inside the object. How to add this BAPI function module as API method inside the object.
Yes.
Now what we are going to do, we are going to add this function module as a API method. API means application programming interface method inside the object. To do that, go to the transaction SWO1. There is a transaction called SWO1. Go to this transaction. So create an object here. ZOBJ or something. Create an object. Click on create. So give the object name also ZOBJ. Give the name ZOBJ. Description, whatever you want, you can give it. Program name, you give anything, some name you give it, and application. So generally when you are working in your organization, you will be specific to some module. Say for example, you are the developer for MM module, you may be developer for SD module, or you may be developer for some PP module. If it is module specific BAPI, then put here the module. If it is a cross application, put a star here. See here, if you see, this is a cross application. Put a star here and continue. Save it on package. Don't save it on local object, especially objects. You should save it on a package. Every object by default has 2 methods. Check the existence of the object and display object. This is also a very good important interview question. So they will ask you what are the default methods available inside the object when you create for a BAPI. Okay, so the default methods are check existence check. This is one method. ZOBJ. So whatever you give the object name dot existence check. Another one is ZOBJ dot display. These two are the default methods. Now I want to add our function module as another method to this. So put your cursor on methods, utilities, API method, add method. Go here, utilities, API method, add method. Give the function module name here, ZBAPI underscore test, which we have released just now. Continue. Just click on this. Next step. It's asking you have p underscore booker as a importing parameter. Importing parameter is checked here for p underscore booker. And return parameter, you are taking return parameter, and you have internal table which acts like importing and exporting parameter. Just continue. Click on yes. So now your BAPI test was added here if you observe.
Yes,
If you
sir.
double click this, go to the ABAP. Here is our function module. So our function module is added as a API method. Okay, so now what we have done, we have added our function module as API method. So after adding the function module as a API method, you need to release your method, you need to release your object so that the legacy people will access your object and method. So how to release the method, how to release the object? Put your cursor on the object. So edit, change release status, object type to model, click on that. Once again go edit, change release status to implemented. Once again go to that, put the cursor on the object, edit, change release status, object type to released. So if you observe what's happening now, a tick mark is coming up here, a small tick mark.
Yes,
So
sir.
once if you get this tick mark, your object got released. Now the second, in the same way you release your method also. Edit, change release status, object type to be model, edit, select the method, edit, change release status, object type to implemented, edit, change release status, object type to released. So after that generate, there is a button here, click on the generate. So if you observe the status bar, it was showing object type ZOBJ generated successfully. Okay.
Okay.
So once you generate the object successfully, then the legacy people, that means the Java people or .NET people, for them you need to give this
Component.
object. What is the object? Object is ZOBJ. Okay. And method, now what method we have created? ZOBJ dot ZBAPI test. This is the method name. Give the method name also. So what are the details you need to give to the other people, like those who are handling other system? You need to give the component. Component is always SAP.BAPI.1, but object will be whatever the object you create and whatever the method you create. These two details you have to give to the people, those who are handling the other system. So then those people, by using these details, those people will call the method. So this method ZOBJ, ZBAPI test, this method they will call from their system. So whenever they call this method from their system, then what will happen? This method will be called. In turn, this method will call this function module.
Okay.
Okay. So once you generate, come back, go to the BAPI, 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 there is a transaction BAPI. So go there. BAPI will lead you into business object repository, BOR. So I'll go here, alphanumeric, because once you release the object, your object should be here in the BAPI repository. Our object should come. Our object name is ZOBJ, correct? So let us see ZOBJ is there here or not. Yeah, so our object is there here, ZOBJ. So ZOBJ is the object type. So if you double click on this, it is taking into that object which has the methods. Okay. So ZBAPI test, again you can see, you can navigate for a function module. So this is how you can create your own
RFC function module.
BAPI function module. You can use your own BAPI function module. You can create your own BAPI function module. You can add the function module as a API method inside the object. Okay.
Okay.
Say for example, tomorrow your customer want to create a sales order from other system. He want to create a sales order from the other system. Okay. So they will ask you, is there any BAPI available in the SAP to create the sales order? SAP has so many standard BAPIs available. So let us check, is there any, see, if you see here, there is something called sales order, correct?
Yes.
Here is sales order. So if you click this, this is the object. ZOBJ we have created now for our thing. Like that, SAP has created the object bus 2032. This is the object created by SAP.
Okay.
To create the sales order. We have created object to get the company code relevant details.
Yes.
Inside the function module, we have written a source code to get the company code relevant details into internal table, correct? So similarly, inside this object, the code is written to create a sales order. So now let us go inside the object. Expand the methods. So see here, sales order simulate. Okay, so this is simulate the sales order. So what is the method name? Sales order dot simulate. So you need to give this method name to the people, those who are working on the other side. So method name is sales order simulate. So in this sales order simulate, which function module SAP is using? Double click on this. Go to the ABAP. So this function module SAP is using to create the sales order. If you go inside this function module, the code will be there to simulate the sales order. So there will be lots of code to simulate the sales order. Okay.
Yes.
So this is how the flow will be there usually. Similarly, if you want to create a purchase order, you can check here. Purchase order somewhere will be there. If you want to create something else,
Purchase order.
Purchase order is, yeah. So for this is the object, and maybe there will be some method inside. So you just need to check the object and method in BAPI transaction, and you need to provide that same to the people working on the other side. So this is how you can communicate, like what is your job when you are working from SAP side. So tomorrow I will show you how to communicate with the other server. So EC1 is there. From EC1 to EC3, I don't have EC3 login, so at least I will show you how to communicate from one client to another client, 800 to 810, how to communicate using the BAPI function module or by using the RFC function module. How can we access the data of another client or another, what we can say, server at least. That we'll see in the tomorrow class.
Okay.
Okay, and tomorrow class we will see a small program to upload the data. So this is, so I have told you BAPI will be used for two things. First one is to connect to the legacy system into the SAP. because we don't have a Java or .NET platform here, we cannot do this connection. But in the connection, we have done half of the part from the SAP side to connect whatever we need to do. That part we have done. This is to update the legacy data into SAP. So this I will show you tomorrow, how to update the legacy data into SAP. This part I will show you in the next class. Okay?
Okay.
Fine. So yeah, we'll meet tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
Maybe little early at 8 o'clock.
Okay,
See
sir.
you. Bye.
Bye, sir.